Hey Fordo, on this week's episode we make sure our alibi is airtight and feel the school spirit with a recap of the homecoming pep assembly.
Also, we get on the sidelines with boys soccer, sports updates, and your weekend Red Report coming to you on after the break.
Hey Fordo, welcome back to Triborough Review. I'm Haley McGee.
And I'm Cameron Harrison. Today is Friday, October 10th, 2025, and here's what you need to know at 4-0.
Before we kick off the rest of the show, we want to congratulate the girls golf team for their conference championship title. This marks the first time in school history that the team has won the conference. Let's hear from Ava Adlard on their big win.
It's what we've been working towards this entire year, and the anticipation was there when we were getting awards, and it felt really good to win the whole thing.
Now to our Friday forecast. Hey Lily, how's the weather wrapping up for this weekend?
Guys, it looks like there's some warm days up ahead. I'm Lily Crook, and this is your Friday forecast. On Friday, it's going to be cloudy with a high of 83 and a low of 59. On Saturday, it's going to be cloudy again with a high of 83 and a low of 63. On Sunday is when the sun comes out with a high of 83 and a low of 61. And on Monday, it's going to be cloudy and it's going to be cooling down with a high of 76 and a low of 57. That's it for your Friday forecast. I'm Lily Crook. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Lily. I'm excited for this fall weather.
Yeah, I'm happy it's finally cooling down. Florida State's theater department premiered The Alibis last night. Tribal Review reporter Layla Nichols conducts an investigation with the cast and crew.
Give me that sweet, precious candy!
The Alibis is a play that follows the murder of an eccentric billionaire. A clueless detective is put on the case and finds the suspects are reluctant to confess their alibis because they were all committing their own ridiculous crimes at the exact same time. Director Kitty Harden says that she's excited at the fact that the play is 8 different stories.
It's 8 different unique stories. It gives a lot of actors a chance to be in the show and play different characters. A lot of different people are getting to shine where they might not have had I picked a smaller show.
Technically, not like it. Fantastic.
Senior Malia Arnold is currently playing the lead detective, Casey Neptune. She says that she's excited for the experience this year.
I'm looking forward to play Casey Neptune in The Alibis because she's this big dramatic character that I've never played before, and I've never played a lead in the play, and I'm really excited to have that experience as a senior this year.
Senior Cynthia Jess Saunders is a part of the sound crew. She says that crews are doing really well.
Rehearsals are actually going really well. It's a little hectic because there's so many people. Right now we have sound crew. They're up there writing in the rest of our sound cues. We have lighting crew figuring out all the lights and stuff. And all the other crews are doing their own thing. It's actually really nice. So we're all doing really well.
All of them have one thing in common.
Cole Creation is playing Clyde Barlett. He says that he's enjoying his first year in theater.
I really like his character. I think he's really funny, and I just like acting, I'm gonna be honest. I've never acted before. First time I've done it was at an improv thing over summer, and I really liked it, so now I'm here. I think it's fun.
The Alibis will be shown tonight and tomorrow at 7 p.m. Tickets are $8 for adults and $5 for students. I play Sue, and I'm Layla Nichols reporting for Tribal Review. Hope to see you there.
Thanks, Layla. I heard the show went really good.
Yeah, I'm sad I wasn't able to go.
When we return, we get a healthy dose of school spirit. More after the break.
They are
courageous,
leaders,
dedicated,
brave,
iconic,
bold, unforgettable.
This is where legends are made.
Rudy Bear's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA is located in the heart of Westport at 4030 Broadway Boulevard. Bear's Gym offers a multitude of classes ranging from MMA and wrestling to kids classes starting at 4 years old, where they cultivate the next generation of martial arts. Classes are available Monday through Sunday starting as early as 6 a.m. ending at 8:30 p.m. Your first class is free, so why not come try out here at Rudy Bear's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA. Come train with the black belt himself, Rudy Bears, and come get some jiu-jitsu. Student Council had its annual homecoming prep assembly on Friday, October 3rd. Tribal Review reporter Harper Allen highlights the best moments.
All of homecoming court was announced at the assembly. Congratulations to Laineva Faitau and Colin Stratton for winning the 2025 Homecoming King and Queen. The Fort Osage dance and cheer teams performed at the assembly along with the teachers who performed a skit around New York. Throughout the week, everyone has been able to earn Spirit Week points. After the games concluded, our 2025 Spirit Week winners was our Senior and Student Council Pep Assembly Chair McKenna Simons feels that they were able to overcome obstacles extremely well this year.
I feel like it went pretty good. It's my first time running an assembly other than freshman orientation, so I was kind of nervous, but a lot of effort went into planning this, and I feel like it went really good with what I had and what I had to work with, since our assembly did get cut 10 minutes shorter since last year.
I'm Harper Allen, reporting for Tribal Review.
Thanks, Harper. I'm sad I wasn't able to make it.
It was definitely one of the best assemblies we've had.
Claire now joins us for the Indian Sports Report.
Hey Claire, looks like you have all the latest fall sports results.
That's right. I'll have the highlights and sports news after the break.
Fort Osage's Parent Education Program helps to establish positive partnerships between home, school, and the community, and plays a vital role in supporting families and children from the very beginning towards school readiness. A trained parent educator provides personal visits with families to promote early learning, knowledge, and understanding of important developmental milestones. Periodic screenings increase parents' understanding of their children's developmental progress, as well as inform them of any possible delays. Early intervention for identified concerns help improve school readiness for young children. This program is a free program offered by the Fort Osage School District. Requirements are: families must reside in the Fort Osage School District, and families must be expecting a child or have one or more children under the age of 5. If you or anyone you know are interested, please call 816-650-7490 to enroll today.
Hey Fordo, I'm Claire Brown, and here's this week's Indian Sports Report. Over the weekend, the softball team took on Rockbridge here at home and fell to the Bruins 2-13. On Monday, October 6th, they played Ruskin in a doubleheader and defeated the Eagles 19-0 and 15-0. They had a quick turnaround to face the Truman Patriots, whom they beat 9-3. The following day, they played the Belton Pirates and lost 0-15. The men's soccer team hosted the Ruskin Eagles on Monday, October 6th, and beat the Eagles 8-0. On Wednesday, they played Green Valley at home and defeated the Eagles 2-1 with 2 overtimes. The volleyball team took on the Ruskin Eagles at home on Tuesday, October 7th, and defeated them 3-0. The women's tennis team took on North Kansas City on October 6th and lost 9-0. They had a quick turnaround time and traveled to Winnetonka to play the Griffins and lost 8-1. Last Friday, the football team hosted the Ruskin Eagles and won a whopping 49-0. Today, Fort Osage travels to Raytown to take on the Blue Jays. Ahead of tonight's matchup, we bring you Riley's Red Zone.
Last Friday's game, there was an incident right here, caught on the sideline, just recording, and then boom, absolutely ringed as she fell.
I'm here with senior linebacker Tanner Farmer right where he laid me out and sent me to the hospital. Why did you hit me?
Believe it or not, it wasn't.
How does it feel?
It doesn't feel good.
Well, that's all for the Indian Sports Report. I'm Claire Brown. Haley and Cameron will have more news after the break.
Tammy Sue's is a community-based upcycle mercantile shop on 309 South Hudson Street, Buckner, Missouri. This is the perfect community-based place to get all the decor and accessories you could ever want. Tammy Sue's has a wide variety of items for yourself, home, gifts, and others. Tammy Sue's includes soaps, earrings, outside decor, inside decor, flowers, and much more. All these unique items come at an affordable price just for you. Tammy Sue's also offers a variety of make-and-take classes. Come to Tammy Sue's Upcycle Mercantile, where new meets old. Come shop today.
Welcome back to Tribal Review.
The boys soccer team faced off against Van Horn in a tough matchup last week. Tribal Review reporter Kylie Purington kicks off the coverage.
Fort Osage boys soccer faced off against Van Horn Falcons at home last Thursday, October 2nd. Fort Osage fell to the Falcons 4-0. Blake Overbeck feels that he just tried to play his role against a strong defense.
I feel like tonight I just tried to play my role, and we knew they were going to possess the ball more than us, so I was just trying to create chaos, and I felt like that's where some of our dangerous opportunities came from tonight. Unlucky that we couldn't finish any, but I just felt like that game, that's what I had to do to help the team the most.
Fort Osage was able to hold Van Horn to only one goal in the first half. Van Horn then went on to score 3 in the second. Head coach Hinckley feels that they played really well against a tough time.
I was really proud of how the boys played our first half. We defended really well. We knew they were a physical team. We knew they were a chippy team. They were going to foul and pull jerseys and stuff, and so we knew that was going to happen. And in the first half, we played really well. We gave up a sloppy goal. It wasn't a good goal. It was just a kind of a sloppy goal, but we really played well. We created opportunities. So that first half, that's what we want to remember tonight. Second half, you know, we lost our self-control a little bit. We got a little chippy back, and you don't win games when you do that. You got to play team soccer. Van Horn was the better team tonight. They passed the ball a little better than us, and so, you know, good to them.
Ryan Rodriguez was named the man of the match for Fort Osage for his defensive skills. Finn Snowden feels that he could have pressed the team more.
I think that I could have helped press the team more, press the defense, make them make mistakes, but also be able to move up with the offense. I feel like I lacked staying back more, and I need to work on my endurance, being able to get up and down the field.
Fort Osage will play the next home game October 15th, facing off against Belton, who beat them early in the season. I'm Kylie Purington reporting for Tribal Review.
Thanks, Kylie. It was a very physical game.
Yeah, tough loss for the boys soccer team. The Fort Osage High School Theater Department presents the Alibi's 8 short comedies about crime. Join us October 9th, 10th, 11th at 7 p.m. in the Fort Osage High School Performing Arts Center. Tickets are $8 for adults and $5 for students.
Congratulations to the Fort Osage High School Red and White Brigade, who earned Outstanding Visual 3rd place in Class C. Outstanding soloist Elijah Gonzalez at their recent competition.
Congratulations to our Fort Osage High School volleyball team, who had 2 players with new records. Sophomore Lila Hedges with the single-season ace record at 53, and senior Lacey Zorn with career block record of 166 and the single-season block record with 58. As always, if you're looking for more news and information about Fort Osage High School, you can always find additional coverage at fohssignal.net.
There you will find stories about the students and activities of the school, so check it out today.
Well, that's it for today's show. I'm Haley McGee.
I'm Cameron Harrison.
I'm Lily Crook.
And I'm Claire Brown. Thanks for joining us today. Be sure to tune in next week. We now send it over to Tomahawk Sports Talk for your weekly sports update.
We're going to jump right into football, where they took on Ruskin on the homecoming game and beat the Golden Eagles 49-0. Braden's going to talk about his talking points from that game.
I mean, obviously, you could tell throughout the games that the Indians were a much better team than the Ruskin Eagles. But what very much excites me is that the Indians played a very clean game, both offensively and defensively. Offensively, there was one turnover, and throughout there's only 5 penalties in total. And those are penalties like a false start and like an offsides that are easily cleaned up from there. And then the Indians outgained the Ruskin Eagles by only 294, which sounds interesting to say, but you think about it, the Indians always got possession within the 50, so not a lot of yardage to go there. They accumulated 139 passing, 137 rushing, so very split between the middle. I think that's the type of attack you want to show for the Indians. You want them to not be able to know what you're doing. Like, they can't just, key in on the run. You can't just key in on the pass, you know? And then what really pops out to me is that the Indians only ran, 20 plays in the first half. So when you're able to come out with that efficiency and just be able to, get through there, get those first downs, and it's very key to me. Ruskin Eagles also had negative 18 total yards.
I was going to ask about that. What does that mean for the defense? Because I felt like watching it, every single play they moved backwards. That's what I felt like.
Yeah, I feel like that's very key for the Indians. It very much carries their momentum, makes them a better type of, more confident, especially when they're facing a tough challenge next week in the Raytown Blue Jays. So Raytown's a very solid squad as well, very talented, but something is to be said about their schedule. Yeah. They're 5-1, but they haven't beat a team over 500 yet. And they're one team that is over 500, which is Green Valley Week 1. They lost to 34-7.
Yeah.
And Green Valley is no slouch either. I think their only 2 losses are to Platte County and Kearney, same as Fort Osage. And I believe that Raytown will be a very good challenge for the Indians going forward. It's the first kind of game to see, since Oak Park, how have the Indians adjusted to close games like this. I mean, I feel like the game plan for the Indians should be to, last year they rushed for 300 yards on the Blue Jays, so I think the goal is to do the same, make sure you run that rock on them.
Yeah, especially with all the running back talent that Fort Osage has too. You have a lot of options.
Yeah, last week you saw Amari Hutton, 3 carries for 62 yards. Nico, 3 carries for 42 yards. So, that's with Trey Smith not even playing. So,
yeah,
just see the explosiveness that happened last Friday. So now we're moving on to boys soccer. Can you give us a deep dive into that, Blake?
Yeah, so when we filmed last week on Wednesday, we were traveling to Raytown South, and we beat them 8-0. It was another good game to reset and everything, because, we knew going in there that it was going to be probably a mercy rule, and of course we mercied them with 1 minute left in the game, so we had to play the whole game. But it was another good game to get us ready, because and it was a relaxing game too for a lot of starters, because the next day we hosted Van Horn, who's 11-1, ranked like number 7th in the state. And we played really good in that game going into halftime. It was only 1-0 Van Horn, and we were feeling pretty good about ourselves. Like, okay, like we can score more than one goal in a half. But then Van Horn came out strong. They scored within 2 minutes of second half starting, and that's kind of when we all fell apart. We got a few yellow cards after that. There was a lot of trash talking between the teams. It just got kind of chippy, and they put 3 on us in the second half, which is not what you want to see, but, I mean, Van Horn, they're a talented team. And then on senior night, this Monday, we took on Ruskin, and we scored 8 goals to their 0. We had, I think, 6 going into halftime.
I believe it was 7.
It was 7, okay. It was something like that. But, yeah, it was a good win for our seniors to show thanks to everything they did throughout their career, and also it's just a good win. Especially, it's also a conference game too.
Big night for you too, Blake. You had 5 goals.
Yeah.
And an assist.
Yeah, that was.
Except for on Twitter it says Black over Beck.
Yeah, Hinkley must have made a typo on there.
Yeah. So how is it like? Tell me about those 5 goals. Like, how does it feel?
I mean, obviously it feels good, but I mean we got to think like that was also like against the opponent that we should do that against. But that's I mean, I've never scored 5 goals in a real game before, so that felt kind of good. Especially after the first goal we scored, I kicked it off the goalie, gifted a goal to Andrew Ayala. But, I mean, it's always good. It's good momentum, especially going into tonight where we take on Grain Valley again. This game is probably the biggest game of our season because both teams are tied for number 1 in conference. So, I mean, whoever wins this has a pretty good chance at moving on. And Grain Valley's been on a roll recently. They've won 4 straight. They put 11 on Ruskin, beat Raytown 4-1, beat Platte County 6-2, and Hickman 3-2. So this is going to be a tough match. But, I mean, we've already beat them once. I don't think there's any reason why we shouldn't think we can beat them again. But, I mean, if we just play our game, we should be able to compete, and it should be a really good game.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Blake. Grain Valley, I mean, you just look, they've had tons of quality wins, and they definitely look like they took the energy from your guys' game. I feel like they took that as a turning point. Well, you guys have struggled more since that game.
Yeah, I mean, also we haven't really. I mean, you take out the 1 week against Raytown and Belton, we really haven't played in like anybody besides Van Horn. But yeah. I mean, and we can beat Belton and Raytown again when we play them at home. I mean, there's no reason why we couldn't be able to beat them. But the next 3 games are big for us. We have Grain Valley tonight, and then we travel to Truman on Monday, and then we host Belton on Wednesday. So those are 3 straight conference games with 3 teams towards the top that we need to find a way to win.
And that Belton game 1 week from now will be on Huddle TV, so you can catch that with some KFOY broadcasting. It'll be me and Lucas Harp on the call.
There you go.
So.
All right, now we're going to move on to volleyball.
All right,
Matthew Soul's going to take away.
So, volleyball has been on a run. They've improved the record to 28-1 with 4 straight wins, all in 3 sets. So, that really just shows the dominance they've been on lately. Like, they've won 8 out of their last 9. And that only loss was to Helias Catholic, who is 26-1-1. So, and they're not just playing some like snubs either. Chrisman has a good volleyball team. Raytown isn't too bad. Rockport. So,
but I do have to say, besides that Helias Catholic loss, they have not lost a set in those 9 games.
Yeah, all 2-0, 3-0 wins.
Yeah.
And that really shows that dominance that has really helped them improve their record. And hopefully a good conference to district run. Their senior night against Raytown, 3-0 win. So that always feels good. But not much else to say. Oh, shout out Lacey Zorn for breaking the season record and the program record for, blocks? Yeah.
Blocks in the season?
Yeah, so shout out to her. That's impressive.
I also want to chime in here. I want to say the volleyball team hasn't played past 3 sets or 2 sets if you're playing a tournament since September 20th. I just wanted to throw that out there. Like, that feels like a long time.
And then before that was the 18th. So
Yeah.
And then you look, and then another big news for the volleyball team. This is their best season since 2019. And then I was looking with 20 wins. If they eclipse 20 wins and they hit 21, which they could against Grand Valley tomorrow as this airs, or today as this airs, then they'll eclipse. Well, I couldn't even find the last time they won 21 games. So this is truly a historic season for the Indians, and I can only hope that they carry this momentum into districts.
Well, and this is also like a program booster too. This is not just like a 1-year thing. Like, seeing all the success this year, it obviously happened for like soccer, and we see all the success, all the young guys growing into it. So like, there's no reason the volleyball team can't keep like this momentum going, because the younger players see the success and be like, okay, I want to be that. So
I know 4 of their starters are seniors, and they have 2 underclassmen starting. So yeah, they are losing a lot of guys, but having even those 2 like players that have like gone through that, like, and they just know what a really winning season feels like. I mean, that just drives the program forward in the future. Yeah. They also have 3 games left in the season before districts. They have Platte County, Truman, and Grand Valley, obviously. Those are 3 very winnable games for the Indians. So hopefully they can capitalize and have 7-game winning streak momentum going into districts.
Of course, I'm pretty sure they lost to Grand Valley in 4 sets last time, and then they beat Platte County and tied with them at some tournament, and then they beat Truman. So it's a very winnable 3-game slate that they can turn around, show they can ride this momentum going to going to districts, like you said. So now we're moving on to softball.
Yeah, I'm going to carry away with softball. They have their last couple games, they've improved their record to 13-18 after a couple tough losses. Before their latest three-game winning streak, they lost 3 in a row to Grand Valley, Platte County, and Rockbridge, which are obviously tough opponents. But they got some momentum back. Obviously, they played a doubleheader with Ruskin, which that's always good to have momentum back, put a lot of runs up. I think games like that are important during the season, get confidence up. Like, I remember during the baseball season, that would get a lot of guys out of slumps. Like, I remember last year, Tucker Kravitz, we played North Kansas City, and he went like 4 for 5, which obviously it's a bad team. And he started hitting good after that. Like, so a lot of those big run games can really help turn a season around, get the bats going. They beat a tough team in Truman after Ruskin, and then they only have 5 games left in their schedule in Belton, Blue Spring South, Park Hill, Smithville, and then Lee Summit North, which are not just going to fall down to them and let them turn their season around. So hopefully they can persevere through that.
It's kind of crazy how they already have their districts matchup. Like,
yeah,
I feel like that's like weird
because they could be 500, which is insane.
And like Lee Summit North could like I don't know like who they play or anything, but they could lose like 5 straight, and like they're, you know, it's just crazy. It's this early.
Yeah. Softball has won 14 games instead of 13 games, but they play Belton to yesterday as his airs. So that's a very interesting game because I believe last time against Belton they lost a tough pitcher's duel 3-0.
Yep.
They faced Blue Spring South, who I believe they've also played so far this season. But Blue Spring South, Park Hill, Smithville, and then Lee Summit North, who they played this season as well. That was their first game of this season, and they lost 3-0. So it's going to be interesting to see how much they've changed from week 1, from the first game of the season, August 29th, to all the way in the 16th of October. It's going to be very interesting to see how they've changed.
Well, it's also good to see like that they've won 4 out of their last 7 after playing in the September Slam and going 0-5. I mean, it's good to see that that didn't kill any morale or anything, and that they could turn around and win some games, especially some conference games too. All 4 of them were actually conference games.
Very key to get momentum into conference, as I believe girls golf is next, I believe.
I'm gonna say something about the softball real quick. I don't want to, bash their success, but obviously they've played teams like Chrisman and Ruskin in that run. I think if they get a really good win going into districts, that could really bring some momentum because I know when you're on the team, you know that the teams that you're beating, obviously. So if they can get a really good win against like Belton, Blue Spring South, something like that, at least Summit North, going into districts, I think that could really be a game changer.
I mean, especially since all these teams have winning records. All these teams are, of course, very good.
But they've shown they can compete with teams like that. So
Yeah.
I think if they get 2-3 of those wins in there, I think we could see a little
Well,
run.
especially beating Belton too. After
Yeah.
if they could come out and beat Belton tonight, yesterday as this airs, like that's because it was a 3-0 loss last time, and
Yeah,
it was a
tough
game.
Yeah.
Pitchers duel; those are always fun, but not fun to play in.
Yeah.
So if they could come out and beat them today, that would be huge.
This is girls golf time now.
Girls golf time.
Yeah.
Shout out girls golf and Coach W, conference champs.
Conference champions.
First time in school history.
That's huge news. I mean, you can't really state winning a conference championship is huge, especially against it's never been done in school history.
For
So
girls golf, yeah.
Yeah. I think Coach Wilson, he's curated a great culture there. People want to come out to play
Yeah,
girls.
it looks like they have fun.
Yeah, it does look like they have fun.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about too. Like obviously you want to win, but you don't want to show up every day and it sucks to be there.
Yeah, that's the thing about golf is you're there to have fun.
Yeah.
I believe that, of course, some of these girls do this just for fun because golfing is something you do for the rest of your life. So that's why you just treat it as fun because that's what it's supposed to be. It's a game. And, I believe I heard through the broadcasting room that I believe the medalist was
Ava Adlar.
Ava Adlar, yeah. So, of course, big win for them.
Yeah.
Can't really overstate that.
Yeah.
So, do you have any thoughts about that, Blake?
I was just gonna say shout out, like Matthew said, shout out the girls golf team, getting the conference champions rolling, first one of the year. So I think that's great news.
Hopefully, we could see some more throughout the season.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right.
So now we talk about girls tennis.
Girls tennis.
So I believe last time we left off, they played Belton, which was a 0-9 loss, and then they played NKC, which was a 0-9 loss, and then Winnetonka was a 1-8 loss. I feel like the Indians they play a lot of great teams. That's the thing. I'm looking at their schedule. They played 2 opponents under 500 throughout the whole season, and the rest of the teams they face are very, very good.
Yeah, and then their individual tournament is this Friday.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, as this airs, and then the next week they go into their team tournament. So maybe the individual tournament can get some momentum going for them going into districts.
It's all about building confidence.
Yeah.
Because tennis is a mental game, if anything. There's a lot of great books out there about it, and I feel like it's very important, very key to have your mental and your psyche right before a big team tournament. And I believe that's all the news.
Yeah, that's all we have for today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. I'm Blake Overbeck.
I'm Ray Nyson.
And I'm Matthew
And we'll see you later.